When you watch J.J. Abrams' reboot of Star Trek, which came out in 2009, and you put it alongside those three things I was talking about, the things that make Star Trek so popular, it definitely gets the family component down. It definitely gets the sense that this crew is really coming together and they have really powerful bonds, especially the relationship between Spock and Kirk. It's a little bit of a bromance, an interspecies bromance, I guess you could say. It does ask you to expand your mind a little bit and think about the ways in which time and space affect how we live in the world and how we perceive the world. But I think on the third thing, it came up a little bit short. I don't think that Star Trek, the 2009 reboot, really forced us to question ourselves as a society. But I think Abrams has more than made up for it in Star Trek Into Darkness. That movie is, I think, as a story, somewhat disappointing. I think it tries too hard to make in-jokes and references to previous iterations of Star Trek. It doesn't give us something new or fresh, and that was disappointing, having waited 4 years for this movie, and then realizing that it's really just an attempt to tell the same story all over again. And there's some other quibbles I have with the film, which I'll bring up subsequently, but I think it does a very, very good job at forcing us to ask, who are we as a society? What do we stand for? How do we respond to hurt, to trauma, to pain, to violence? And what does it mean for us in the process of that response? So I think Star Trek Into Darkness is a movie worth watching, if only for this reason. It's ultimately a movie about the war on terror, about the Obama administration, about drone strikes, about Osama bin Laden, about the militarization of a democratic society, and even in a profound sense, a movie about Anwar Awlaki. And probably that's not what you would think going into Star Trek Into Darkness, but that's what I thought coming out of the theater.